All right, stand by, guys. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We are live. We are live on YouTube and Facebook. We're trying to do both here. So I don't know how well I'm going to be able to monitor things. I'm in a better place now. We're actually in one of the podcast studios. You can see right there. And that's a nice comfy couch that we have. They bring in some podcast guests here. So, yeah, we're going to do this and we'll walk you through it. But hey, hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Weather was awesome. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. I'm going to try to monitor the chat there. I'm going to monitor the chat on Facebook as well. So I will try to keep up if I can. All right. I need one more monitor here. We're going to figure this all out. But all right, let me get going here. We'll go double box this and let's talk forecast here. And then if you guys got questions, then we can kind of roll through them here. All right. So had a little bit of rain during the standby. There we go. Had a little bit of rain during the overnight hours. Haven't seen much over the last hour or so around the metro area. Most of the steady rain was down in southeastern Indiana, closer to Cincinnati. So no biggie. There's not much back behind it. I think you're going to have a pretty quiet day for the most part. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, there's not much there. What you're going to notice today, though, is it is going to get a little bit more muggy for sure. You're going to have dew points into the... What's up, Pam, Braden, Robert? Good to see you guys. Thanks for checking in. So this is going to be something I want to try doing here, hopefully daily, as long as my schedule permits for it. I'd like to be able to jump on at least for, 15, 20 minutes. Those of you that have time and you can just kind of sit around and we'll chat weather. I'll still do if there's significant severe weather stuff at my house, I'll do that from home, whatever. I want to try to make this kind of a daily thing here. So make it brief, and then if you guys got questions, you got anything you want to talk about, then we can chat about that. All right. So numbers are a little more mild this morning than we were for the weekend. I got us into the upper 60s and low 70s, and we are live right now. It's about 10 till 9. So little warmer. The dew point temperature, again, the measurement of moisture in the air, so 60 or above is considered muggy, all right? We're into that mid-60 range, so it is a little bit muggy. Wendy and Terry, hello. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate you guys. All right, so... we're going to kind of, because of the mugginess here, I think we're going to kind of enter into a pattern where we're probably going to be dealing with spotty daily rain chances, all right, for each afternoon. So our high resolution model, I think we're quiet from here through lunch, really through mid-afternoon, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But with the maximum heating of the day, you notice how we got a little bit of flare-up activity there. I can slow this down just a little bit here so we're not speeding through it so much. There's 4. So I'm thinking around dinner time and after, you might get a few of these little pop-up storms kind of blossoming up here. Now, these are all fueled by the heating of the day. The atmosphere is going to be a little unstable. And so you will... get these to kind of blossom. There's no rhyme or reason where they'll fire up. I will say this, though, they're few and far between. Most areas are probably going to be pretty quiet. And no severe weather is expected out of any of these pop-ups, okay? So you can rest easy there. If you get under one, though, you could get a real good downpour. When I say good, half an inch to an inch of rainfall. I mean, it's one of those, it's a summertime pop-up storm, right? It just comes down in buckets and doesn't move a whole lot. So be aware of that. I don't think many are going to see that, but that is certainly a possibility for central and southern Indiana specifically, all right? It's my pleasure, Terry. Thank you. Again, I'm on YouTube right now, and YouTube and Facebook. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to try to... Hey, Joe. Appreciate that, man. Tomorrow, I might try to jump on and do X as well. So we'll have 3 different streams. I'm trying to figure out a way that I can kind of monitor all 3 chats at one time. So we're getting there. Anyway, so let's carry on with the forecast. I think today's going to be a good one here. Probably in the mid 80s, which is, normal for this time of year. It's not too out of the ordinary. 84, I believe, is average for this date. So yeah, we're in good shape there. Let's carry on, shall we? Shall we bounce around? Let's look at some of the cameras. That'll update. That's Bedford. Looks nice. Looks good. Saw a nasty wreck that they they cleared it. Good. There was a pretty nasty wreck there on the northwest side. Notice that it is a little overcast in some spots. So that was with some of that morning convection and rain that we had overnight and then through the day tomorrow. I will say Tuesday is going to be kind of similar to what we expect today. It's going to be kind of a sunny start for the morning, and then we'll get these little pop-ups coming our way into the afternoon hours. Wednesday is going to be our best chance for rain, and here's why. You see that cold front that's kind of swinging through here. Probably mid to late afternoon. Brings more numerous showers and thunderstorms to our area. Oops, I just skipped ahead. Brings numerous showers and thunderstorms to our area, but I'm hesitant to say that it's completely widespread. All right, so, but it is our best chance for rain. Most models are indicating that we're probably going to see less than a half an inch over the next 7 days in terms of rainfall, so it's not super impressive. And once that front moves through, it looks like late Wednesday night. Thursday, there might be a few lingering showers, but outside of that, I don't think we're going to see much in terms of rainfall. I wanted to show you this. I got to scroll all the way down. Stand by here. The 7-day rainfall forecast, which I just updated this morning. You'll have to kind of look at the legend, but I will mark it for you. So anywhere in the green here, I got my arrow here. If it's in the green, especially like even the dark green, you're looking at maybe a half an inch. There's a hot spot around Indy of maybe half an inch to a quarter of an inch, but you don't see the light blues. The light blues would indicate an inch of rainfall. Problem with this is, all of this rain is going to be pretty isolated outside of Wednesday, so it's the haves and have-nots, and most of you are going to be have-nots in terms of rainfall. So what do we got here? Oh, hey, Tara. Ryan, shouldn't you be at work right now? Why are my coworkers spending their time harassing me? Hey, Jeremy, good to see you. Deborah, good morning. Again, I'm streaming on YouTube. Hey, Sally, good to see you on YouTube. I'm trying to follow everybody along here. We are streaming on YouTube as well. So yeah, if anybody has any specific questions, I'd be happy to answer them. I've got a little bit of time here. We got time to kind of stick around. That's why I want to do it in this time frame. As long as there's no crazy traffic, we can actually have time to chat a little bit. Oh, my 7-day got cut off. I need to make a better version of that. Bummer. Well, we can just do this. We can get the ugly guy off the screen. So pretty pretty standard late July weather. I don't see anything really out of the ordinary here. There's nothing too significant or substantial. We're mid 80s. We're pretty close to average. The humidity is higher but manageable. It's not overly oppressive. And you're going to have kind of daily rain chances between now and Thursday, essentially. And most of those are going to be pop-up, afternoon storms. So yeah, nothing too crazy. Looks like the weekend's going to be dry. Numbers into the mid-60s, so that's not too shabby. Hey, Kimberly. Anita from North Carolina. Good to have you along. Judy. Hi, Jane. Jane, the downpour, the isolated rain, looks to be probably around or after 3 p.m. And it's not a guarantee. I think most people are probably going to be dry, but that's when we may start to see some thunderstorms develop. Okay. So again, those of you that are just joining, this is going to be kind of something I want to try to do on a daily basis here. These Facebook Lives, and I'll stick around as long as you guys want me to stick around. We can chat it up. This is pretty low key. You're welcome, Jane. This is pretty low key, laid back, just to kind of chat about stuff and whatnot. So, yeah, feel free to ask your questions. I am on YouTube and my Facebook page right now. In the not too distant future, I'm hoping to jump on to X, and maybe one day we'll do the old TikTok too. We'll see. But just jumping along, and again, this is kind of an informal way to kind of ask questions and have a bit more of a laid-back discussion about the forecast that I don't usually typically get to do in my 3 or 3.5 minutes on TV. So some other stuff I'll bring up here. 8 to 14 day outlook. So this would take us through the first week of August. Pretty strong signal for above average temperatures to continue. And precip's kind of the same way. It's kind of a weaker signal, but there is a signal that it's going to be kind of soggy there. So mentioned the humidity. Man, it was so low for the weekend, but on the up and up. Today you feel it. Tomorrow, Wednesday, I think is where it kind of peaks a little bit. And then we'll see it settle back down Thursday and Friday. So I think Thursday and Friday with highs in the low to mid 80s. Humidity, dew points are going to be in the low 60s. That's going to be okay. All right. And then we may see it ramp up a little bit for the weekend. All right. All right. Anybody have any questions at all? Hey, Jake. What's going on? Jane, I'm sorry to hear about that. I'll be thinking about you guys. I'm going to throw the, for those of you that like using YouTube, because I did this specifically, I will put the link in there. to, it may just be to the stream, but you can obviously like the page. Hey, Roxy. So I want to try to be able to stream more on that platform and Facebook. I know a lot of people, if we do like severe weather coverage specifically, they want to be able to throw that on their TV so they can, get on their phone and sift through that. So yeah. Scooby, what's up? Thanks for checking in. What else we got here? I don't know. I don't know what else we got here. No real threat for severe weather today, so that's also some good news. Go back to my analysis page. Let me zoom out. Really not too much craziness happening around the country. Turn that off. This is the SPC outlook for today. I mean, there's just like a very low-end threat for severe weather in coastal Virginia and coastal North Carolina. And then, ironically, the desert Southwest, Las Vegas, has a marginal risk. They don't get rain very often, especially this time of year. Western Arizona, too, included in a marginal risk. So that's kind of rare. There is no severe weather expected tomorrow. And Wednesday, also severe weather free. Man, it's been a while since, at least in the summertime, that we haven't had any threat for severe weather. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there's just no highlighted areas for storm risk. So that's good. That's good. I'd like to see that. Terry, yeah, the humidity will drop down a little bit. Jake, I missed the 6:15 forecast this morning. How scattered? Jake, very isolated. Very isolated. Very hit and miss. I'll show you. I can go back to Futurecast real quick and just show you what our high resolution models are saying. Sometime after probably 2 or 3 o'clock. Stand by. I got to find it first. There we go. So sometime probably after 3 o'clock, these are going to be driven by daytime heating. So there's 3. There's still not much happening. 5 o'clock, you got some development there. And then 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, you could see the coverage. Don't bank on exactly where those are forming, right? But I'd say definitely pay attention to the coverage, which is not real widespread. Okay? So there you go. Hey, Linda from Columbus. Good morning. Golf trip, William, was great. Played really inconsistent golf, which is the only consistent thing about my game. And it was hot. We were in Kentucky. And it was like 93 every day. It was rough. Barbara, that's very kind. Thank you very much. We'll hang out here for a few more minutes. 9:04 right now. Weekend was good. I had the kids sit down Saturday night with me and we watched the original Twister, the one from 1996 with Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton. They loved it. So I think we're prepared now to go see the new Twisters movie, which apparently is pretty good. I saw some good reviews. So I'm hoping to see that in a couple weekends with the fam. You don't get a lot of good weather-related movies, so I'm excited about this one. So, yeah. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed your weekend. My cucumber bush or my cucumber plant is going nuts. I ended up, I think, picking giant cucumbers, about 6 or 7 of them this weekend. So I ended up kind of cutting some up. I made a sweet and spicy sweet pickles. Made a couple jars of them. My kids made it last year. My wife found the recipe on Pinterest, and is outstanding. So it was good stuff. Good stuff. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. I think it's crazy too. This is the last full week, I think, for a lot of parents that they have their kids at home. I think schools go back to school in some capacity as early as next week. Hey, Dennis, thank you, sir. Did you do tornado coverage at one time? I thought I remembered that from the past. William, yeah, I have. I mean, are you specifically talking about being like live on Facebook and YouTube? Because yes. How is the weather on Tuesday driving home from Terre Haute to Mooresville? You should be fine, Sharon. Pop-up storms in the afternoon, probably a lot like today. And I'd say probably even a lower chance for storms later today. So, should be fine. Should be all right. All right. When I was a kid, we didn't go back. Same. You know, I always talked about to my wife about this. It always seemed like Labor Day, around Labor Day weekend is when we were back at school. I feel like that it wasn't after Labor Day weekend for us, but it was like around like the week of or the week before or 2 weeks before, because I distinctly remember going to like playing in a football game Friday night, and then we would have our family reunion on my dad's side. Back then it was up in Angola, Indiana, where some of our distant cousins lived. But we'd leave straight for Friday night and head that direction for Labor Day weekend stuff. So yeah, it's so crazy. Well, and the other thing is I remember the state fair was like, what's up, Nick? Good to see you, brother. What I think is crazy is that, you know, all the kids are in school when the state fair goes on, which is wild to me. You know, that was always part of kind of like the end of summer for us was going to the fair and stuffing our faces. Now it's like, all the kids are in school, which I guess is why they're closed Monday and Tuesdays now, I believe, right? So it's crazy. Charity, hello. Jill, hello. Good to see all you guys here. We'll probably wrap things up here. Again, just real quick recap, gang, for those of you that are just jumping on board. Just spotty storm chances through the afternoon hours, nothing too significant. I think a lot of your day is going to be dry. It's going to be warmer. It's going to be a little more humid. Highs will be in the mid-80s. So nothing too crazy there. And then we'll just kind of hold in the mid-80s, and we'll be pretty quiet here for the rest of the week, especially later in the week. Excuse me, should be pretty good. I think somebody asked about Friday. I don't know if I responded to you. What's up, Liam? Friday's going to be lower humidity. It'll be like mid-80s, but should be relatively good for whoever asked that in the chat. So, all right, those of you that didn't get a chance, I did throw the YouTube stream up. Link on there as well. Those of you that would rather like watch this on your smart TV or another device, there you go. Feel free to subscribe. I'm going to try to be more active on that YouTube channel. So tomorrow we may even expand more and try to stream on X if I can figure out how to get both of my chats or all 3 of the chats into one group so I can keep everything organized and whatnot. So we'll see. We will see. But this is something that I definitely want to try to do on the daily if my schedule allows for it. We'll try to do it right around shortly after 8:30. Okay, we'll call it 8:40. I might be on a little bit above on that. We got to think of a good name. We got to think of a good name for this. So I just put morning weather talk or something, which is pretty boring, not very creative. So anyway, have a great Monday and be safe. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for checking out the stream, and hopefully we'll see you back here for tomorrow.